Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss syphilis. In previous lecture we have discussed various characteristics of Treponema pallidum. Treponema pallidum, it is a spirochete organism which causes a disease, and that disease is called as syphilis. Syphilis actually it is an sexually transmitted disease, and sexually transmitted diseases are also known as venereal diseases. So sexually transmitted diseases are also known as venereal diseases. Syphilis, it is an venereal disease caused by Treponema pallidum, and spirochete organism, gram-negative spirally arranged organism known as Treponema pallidum. Its morphological characteristics, cultural characteristics and other properties we have already discussed in previous lectures. In today's lecture, we are going to focus on the disease syphilis with all its symptoms. Okay, so let's start with the disease syphilis. Syphilis, we know that it is one of the old disease of human being. In syphilis, large number of body parts are affected. म्हणजे syphilis मध्ये different body parts affect केले जातात, including heart. The body parts which are affected are heart. It can affect genital organs. Genital organs means sex organs. So heart is affected, genital organs are affected, blood system, that is vascular system, is affected. It can also affect brain, which may cause paralysis. It can affect the different bones and muscles of the body. It can affect eyes and teeth. So it can also affect the hearing capacity and nose. So syphilis is not restricted to any single body part. It can affect large number of body parts, including all these that I have already mentioned. सो सिफिलिस हा फक्त कुठल्या टिपिकल बॉडी पार्टसाठी लिमिटेड किंवा रेस्ट्रिक्टेड नसतो. आपण हे सगळं त्याच्या सिम्पटम्समध्ये बघणार आहे, किंवा सिफिलिसमध्ये आपण जे टाइप्स बघणार आहे त्या टाइप्समध्ये आपण हे सगळं डिस्कस करणार आहे. सो सिफिलिस इट इज अन सेक्शुअली ट्रान्समिटेड डिसीज, बट येस इट कॅन ऑल्सो बी ट्रान्समिटेड बाय सम अदर मोड्स that we will discuss in the transmission. So now let's focus on the types of syphilis. Syphilis is of two types, that is acquired syphilis and congenital syphilis. Acquired म्हणजे काय, तर the person who acquires syphilis through sexually contact. म्हणजे पर्सनला फ्रॉम बर्थ हा सिफिलिस नसतो. सिफिलिस which is acquired during life through blood transfusion or through sexual contact with the person who is already suffering from syphilis. ज्या पर्सनला ऑलरेडी सिफिलिस झालेला आहे त्या पर्सनशी जर सिव्हिअर कॉन्टॅक्ट आला असेल किंवा सेक्शुअल कॉन्टॅक्ट आला असेल किंवा त्या पर्सननी जर ब्लड डोनेट केला असेल दुसऱ्या एखाद्या हेल्दी पर्सनला, अशा वेळी सिफिलिस ट्रान्समिट ॲक्वायर केला जाऊ शकतो बॉडीमध्ये. म्हणजेच इट इज नॉट प्रेझेंट फ्रॉम बर्थ, इट इज ॲक्वायर्ड ड्युरिंग लाईफ थ्रू डिफरंट मोड्स. Such a syphilis known as acquired syphilis. Second type, congenital syphilis. Congenital syphilis that means the disease which is transmitted from mother to the offspring, that is through fetus. म्हणजे मदर कडून fetusला जो काही disease vertical transmission होतो, syphilis transmit होतो, that mode of syphilis is called as congenital syphilis. So the syphilis which is acquired during life, not present from birth, is called acquired syphilis. The syphilis which is acquired from mother to fetus, or it is transmitted from mother to fetus, that is called congenital syphilis. The acquired syphilis is again of two types. Acquired venereal syphilis म्हणजे sexually transmit केला जाणारा, थ्रू सेक्शुअल कॉन्टॅक्ट जो सिफिलिस ट्रान्समिट केला जातो, दॅट इज कॉल्ड acquired venereal syphilis. अँड सेकंड दॅट इज acquired नॉन venereal syphilis. म्हणजे प्रत्येक वेळी ट्रान्समिशन हे सेक्शुअल कॉन्टॅक्ट मधून होईल असं नाही. मी मगाशी सांगितलं तसं इथं ब्लड ट्रान्समिशन, एखाद्या पर्सनला ज्याला सिफिलिस झालेला त्या पर्सननी जर ब्लड डोनेट केलं हेल्दी पर्सनला, तर त्या ब्लड मधून तो ऑर्गॅनिझम त्या हेल्दी पर्सन मध्ये ट्रान्समिट होऊ शकतो. That mode of transmission is called acquired non-venereal syphilis. Okay, so acquired syphilis is again divided into two types: acquired venereal syphilis and acquired non-venereal syphilis. We are going to discuss all these types in detail. Now let's start with the first type, acquired venereal syphilis. First type, acquired venereal syphilis. सिफिलिस मध्ये डिफरंट बॉडी पार्ट अफेक्ट केले जातात आणि हे जे डिफरंट बॉडी पार्ट आहेत हे अफेक्ट कशा पद्धतीने केले जातात ते आपण आता डिस्कस करणार. त्यापूर्वी ॲक्वायर्ड वेनरल सिफिलिस म्हणजे काय, तर सिफिलिस विच इज ॲक्वायर्ड थ्रू वेनरल मोड. सिफिलिस विच इज ॲक्वायर्ड थ्रू वेनरल मोड. वेनरल मोड मीन्स थ्रू सेक्शुअल कॉन्टॅक्ट. Such type of syphilis is called as acquired venereal syphilis. Now exactly हा ऑर्गॅनिझम सिफिलिस कसा कॉज करतो किंवा आपल्या बॉडीमध्ये आल्यानंतर आपली इम्युन सिस्टीम असते, पण इम्युन सिस्टीमला तो कशा पद्धतीनं ब्रेक करतो, रेजिस्ट करतो. तर ॲक्च्युली इट कॅन मल्टिप्लाय, इट कॅन जनरेट और इट कॅन अंडरगो सेल डिव्हिजन बाय रेजिस्टिंग होस्ट इम्युन रिस्पॉन्स. आणि रेजिस्ट करण्यासाठी तो कशा पद्धतीनं तिथं मल्टिप्लाय होतो. तर ॲक्च्युली देर आर 3 reasons हाऊ एक्झॅक्टली दिस ऑर्गॅनिझम मल्टिप्लायज. तो ऑर्गॅनिझम कशा पद्धतीनं होस्ट इम्युन रिस्पॉन्स अवॉइड करू शकतो. तर देर आर 3 reasons. फर्स्ट रिझन, इट प्रोड्युसेस आउटर मेम्ब्रेन प्रोटीन. दिस ऑर्गॅनिझम इट प्रोड्युसेस आउटर मेम्ब्रेन प्रोटीन. आउटर मेम्ब्रेन प्रोटीन इट इज अन ग्राम निगेटिव्ह ऑर्गॅनिझम आणि ग्राम निगेटिव्ह ऑर्गॅनिझम मध्ये सेल वॉल बायलेयर्ड असते. इनर लेयर इज मेड अप ऑफ peptidoglycan and outer layer is called as made up of phospholipids. Actually lipopolysaccharide यांच्यामध्ये नाही आहे, so phospholipid proteins and lipoproteins are there and that outer wall layer is also called as outer membrane. त्या membrane मध्ये जे proteins आहेत, those protein they help the organism for adsorption purpose. They help the organism to adsorb onto the host cell. So outer membrane protein helps in adsorption to the host cells. That is the role of outer membrane protein. Adsorb करायला help करत असतं. Second, they produces hyaluronidase. Hyaluronidase it is an enzyme which acts on hyaluronic acid. Eukaryotic cellच्या around hyaluronic acid असतं एक्स्ट्रासेल्युलर मॅट्रिक्स मध्ये की जे सेलला प्रोटेक्शन देण्याचं काम करतं. Hyaluronidase it breaks, it degrades hyaluronic acid and that helps in perivascular infiltration. That helps in perivascular infiltration. बघा काय करतो ऑर्गॅनिझम, ऑर्गॅनिझम produces hyaluronidase and that hyaluronidase it helps in degradation of hyaluronic acid. आणि त्यामुळे काय होतं की हा जो ऑर्गॅनिझम आहे it can cause perivascular infiltration. What is meaning of perivascular infiltration? Here the meaning of perivascular infiltration means organism can enter the vascular system. Infiltration means approaching. Organism काय करतो, it approaches and enters vascular system म्हणजेच ब्लड वेसल मध्ये एंटर होतो. म्हणजे ब्लड वेसलच्या अराउंड जे काय हायलोरोनिक ऍसिडचं कव्हरिंग आहे ते कव्हरिंग तो ब्रेक करतो आणि ऑर्गॅनिझम काय करतो, इट एंटर्स इनसाइड द vascular system. ब्लड वेसल मध्ये तो एंटर होतो. That is entry and approaching towards the blood vessel is called as perivascular infiltration. आणि हे कशामुळे करू शकतो तो, because of production of hyaluronidase. Then it can also attach or adsorb to the fibronectin. Fibronectin हा extracellular matrix चा component आहे. eukaryotic cell animal cell च्या around extracellular matrix असतं, त्या extracellular matrix मध्ये fibronectin असतो. This organism it can attach to the fibronectin and त्यामुळे काय, it can skip or it can escape from the phagocytosis. So fibronectin ला तो अटॅच होतो आणि त्यामुळे काय करतो, it can escape the process of phagocytosis. Host immune response develop जेव्हा होतो phagocytosis च्या फॉर्म मध्ये, तर तो fibronectin ला अटॅच करतो, होल्ड करून ठेवतो आणि त्यामुळे काय, it can escape, easily escapes the phagocytosis process. So organism एंटर झाल्यापासून तो मल्टिप्लाय होण्यापर्यंत हाऊ इट कॅन सर्वाइव्ह. फर्स्ट इट अटॅचेस टू द होस्ट सेल बाय प्रोड्युसिंग आउटर मेम्ब्रेन प्रोटीन. देन इट कॅन एंटर ब्लड वेसल and it can transmit to other body parts by producing hyaluronidase and degrading hyaluronic acid. And finally it can escape the phagocytosis process by adsorbing or attaching to the fibronectin. Now what happens in the acquired venereal syphilis? हे जे सांगितलं हे ओव्हरऑल मेकॅनिझम सांगितलं की ऑर्गॅनिझम कशा पद्धतीने तो मल्टिप्लाय होतो. आता acquired venereal syphilis मध्ये काय होतं? First in acquired venereal syphilis once the organism enters body किंवा तो ऑर्गॅनिझम बॉडी मध्ये इन्फ्यूज झाल्यानंतर through the upgrade scheme म्हणजे काय की ज्या ठिकाणी स्किन मध्ये कट आहे और इट कॅन एंटर और पेनिट्रेट upgrade skin and mucous membrane of different system. पहिल्यांदा बघा ऑर्गॅनिझम बॉडी मध्ये एंटर झाल्यानंतर थ्रू द अपग्रेड स्किन और एंटर होण्यासाठी जे काय स्किन ज्या ठिकाणी कट झाले असेल त्या ठिकाणी ऑर्गॅनिझम आत एंटर होतो और इट कॅन पेनिट्रेट द म्युकस मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ डिफरंट सिस्टीम. आपल्याला माहिती आहे बॉडीमध्ये डिफरंट लाइनिंग्स असतात म्युकस मेम्ब्रेनचे. प्रत्येक सिस्टीम म्हणजे गॅस्ट्रोइंटेस्टिनल सिस्टीम असेल जिनॅटिक सिस्टीम असेल रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टीम असेल ऑल सिस्टीम्स आर लाइन बाय इपिथेलियल सेल्स और म्युकस मेम्ब्रेन. म्युकस मेम्ब्रेनचं लाइनिंग असते. ऑर्गॅनिझम स्किन ज्या ठिकाणी डॅमेज आहे त्या ठिकाणी तो एंटर होतो किंवा सेक्शुअली मोस्टली सेक्शुअली ट्रान्समिट होतो. ट्रान्समिट झाल्यानंतर आत आल्यानंतर इट पेनिट्रेट्स द म्युकस मेम्ब्रेन. इट पेनिट्रेट्स सक्सेसफुली म्युकस मेम्ब्रेन. From mucous membrane or after penetration of mucous membrane, it reaches the lymph node. Lymph node, it is a part of lymphatic system. It reaches the lymph node within the period of 30 minutes. म्हणजे इन्फेक्शन झाल्यापासून 30 मिनिट्स मध्ये within 30 minutes organism enters the lymph node. Lymph node चे काम आपल्याला माहिती आहे. It is responsible for synthesis and storage of lymphocytes. So organism it enters after penetration of mucous membrane, it enters the lymph node and starts multiplying there. तो lymph node मध्येच multiply व्हायला. It can resist the action of lymph node and start multiplying in the lymph node. Okay, it not only multiplies inside the lymph node but it can also enter into the blood stream. तो इपिथे म्युकस मेम्ब्रेन लाइन जे ब्रेक करून पेनिट्रेट करून लिम्फ नोड मध्ये एंटर होतो. लिम्फ नोड मधून तो ब्लड स्ट्रीम मध्ये सुद्धा जाऊ शकतो आणि मग ब्लड स्ट्रीम मध्ये जाऊन इट अटॅचेस टू द एंडोथेलियल सेल्स ऑफ ब्लड वेसल्स. ब्लड वेसलचे जे एंडोथेलियल सेल्स आहेत त्या एंडोथेलियल सेल्सला जाऊन डायरेक्ट अटॅच होतो. सो ऑर्गॅनिझम थ्रू द अपग्रेड स्किन और थ्रू सेक्शुअल कॉन्टॅक्ट एंटर्स द बॉडी, penetrates the mucous membrane. Once the mucous membrane is penetrated, then it enters or reaches the lymph node and starts multiplying there. At the same time, it also enters the blood vessel vascular system and blood vessel मध्ये ज्या endothelial cells आहेत त्या endothelial cells जाऊन अटॅच करतो, adhere करतो and then start degrading the endothelial cells. Okay, so this is the short pathogenesis, how exactly organism causes complication disease in the first type, that is acquired venereal syphilis. Okay, आता ब्लड वेसल मध्ये एंटर होतो त्यामुळे फर्स्ट जो सिम्पटम बघायला मिळतं इन दिस पर्टिक्युलर टाइप. द कॉमन सिम्पटम ऑब्झर्व्ड इज एंडार्टायटिस. Actually it is endarteritis. That means it is an inflammation. First symptom or common symptom observed in this stage is inflammation. Endarteritis means inflammation of inner lining or inner layer of arteries. Endarteritis means inflammation of inner layer of arteries. Arteries means these are the blood vessel which carries oxygenated blood to different tissues, and that is lined by inner layer, and the inner layer so inflammation होतं and that inflammation of inner layer is called as endarteritis. So organism आला lymph node मध्ये multiply झाला, blood vessel मध्ये enter झाला, blood vessel मध्ये जे arteries आहेत त्या arteryच्या inner layer चा inflammation होतं. In this inflammation or in this endarteritis, large number of spider chits are observed. Large number of spider chits are observed at in this condition. This inflammation, it is followed by necrosis. Necrosis means that it starts degrading, it starts damaging the cells, tissues. If the cells and the tissues are degrade or damage करायला लागतो. So this endarteritis, inflammation is followed by necrosis, and then there is development of scar. जो wound आहे किंवा जे काही इंज्युर्ड पार्ट आहे तो आपोआपच स्पॉन्टेनियसली हील व्हायला लागतो, विदाउट एनी ट्रीटमेंट सुद्धा तो हील व्हायला लागतो आफ्टर सम टाइम. आणि हील झाल्यानंतर म्हणजे कुठलीही एखादी जखम असेल किंवा इंजुरी असेल, ती इंजुरी कंप्लीट हील झाल्यानंतर जे काही व्रण राहतं, जो स्पॉट राहतो, दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज स्कार. सो it causes inflammation is followed by necrosis, and after healing of that necrotic region there is formation of scar is observed. So it affects the lymph nodes, it affects the arteries. At the same time there is observation of replacement fibrosis. In this stage replacement fibrosis is also observed. Replacement fibrosis म्हणजे काय, तर it is nothing but type of spot that is developed after damaging the tissues. So replacement fibrosis is observed. Replacement fibrosis means these are the scars developed after damage to the lung tissues. म्हणजे ब्लड मधून तो लंग पर्यंत जातो, लंग टिश्यू डॅमेज करतो, आणि लंग टिश्यू डॅमेज झाल्यानंतर जेव्हा ते हील होतात नॉर्मली, म्हणजे जेव्हा ते कंप्लीट बरे व्हायला लागतात, त्यावेळी तिथं जे काही स्कार, जे काही स्पॉट डेव्हलप होतात, दोज आर नोन ॲज रिप्लेसमेंट फायब्रोसिस. सो व्हॉट आर कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ acquired venereal syphilis? It has multiple characteristics. It shows endarteritis, it shows necrosis followed by scar development, and it also shows replacement fibrosis. So these are certain characteristics of acquired venereal syphilis. Okay, now overall symptoms of syphilis. Syphilis चे जे symptoms आहेत, symptoms काय ते बघूया आपण आता. So next point is symptoms of syphilis. Symptoms of syphilis. The symptoms of syphilis is again categorized into two categories. Symptoms are categorized into early symptoms, clinical symptoms. We are studying clinical symptoms. First, early symptoms, and then second, late symptoms. Late symptoms. Early symptoms, it involves primary and secondary stages. Primary and secondary stages. And late symptoms, it involves latent and tertiary stages. Latent and tertiary stages. So clinical symptoms. What are the different symptoms of syphilis? The symptoms of syphilis are categorized into early symptoms and late symptoms, or early syphilis and late syphilis. Rather to call it as syphilis. Early syphilis and late syphilis. Early syphilis and late syphilis. Early syphilis involves primary and secondary stages. Primary symptoms are different from the secondary stage symptoms. Late syphilis is categorized into latent and tertiary symptoms or tertiary stage. So there are different symptoms in the primary stage, secondary stage, latent stage and tertiary stage. Okay, overall this is nothing but the clinical symptoms of the syphilis. First, let's study early syphilis, and in that, first, primary stage. So first we will discuss primary stage. Primary stage. Symptoms are divided into two categories, early stage and late stage, or early syphilis and late syphilis. Early syphilis is divided again into primary stage and secondary stage. त्यातला पहिला आपण आता बघतोय, that is primary stage. Primary stage is characterized. Now आता आपण symptoms बघणार आहे, primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary किंवा primary, secondary, latent and tertiary. हे जे सिम्पटम्स आहेत, प्रत्येक सिम्पटमचं काहीतरी कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स आहे, प्रत्येक स्टेजचं काहीतरी कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स आहे. आपण ते सिम्पटम्स इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स बघणार. ओके, गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? ओके, सो प्रायमरी स्टेज इज कॅरेक्टराइज्ड बाय फ्लॅट, रेड and undulated means hard, flat, red and hard undulated lesions. So it is characterized by flat, red, undulated lesions, and those lesions are called as chancres. These lesions are called as chancres. So what are chancres? Chancres are flat, red, reddish and undulated, slightly hard lesions are observed on genital organs. Genital organs means sex organs. So such kind of chancres are observed in the genital organs. So you should keep this in mind, that primary stage is characterized by formation of chancres in the genital organs. Chancres means these are the lesions, hard, flat and reddish colored lesions are observed. Then some extragenital means extragenital lesions म्हणजे lesions in the organs other than genital organs. Genital organs सोडून बाकीच्या ठिकाणी काही lesions ऑब्झर्व केले जातात किंवा extragenital chancres. These lesions are observed in the face, especially onto the lips, and sometimes observed on the fingers. So these lesions are observed on face, lips and very rarely onto the fingers. Okay, so primary stage it is characterized by formation of chancres, means flat, red and undulated, slightly hard kind of lesions on the genital organs. आणि genital organs सोडून काही lesions observe केले जातात. Those are called extragenital lesions, and these extragenital lesions are observed commonly on the face, especially on the lips. Red colored spots are observed on the face and lips, and sometimes very rarely the lesions are also observed on the fingers. Okay, आता जेव्हा हे सगळे सिम्पटम दिसायला लागतात, ऍक्च्युअली बिफोर सिम्पटम होण्याआधीच, दिसण्याआधीच हा ऑर्गॅनिझम इट स्टार्ट्स मल्टिप्लाइंग इन द ब्लड. म्हणजे इन्फेक्शन स्टार्ट झालेलं आहे, ऑर्गॅनिझम इज मल्टिप्लाइंग इन द ब्लड, आणि मल्टिप्लाय होत असतानाच मग नंतर तो सिम्पटम दाखवत असतो. म्हणजे ऍक्च्युअली बिफोर द ऑनसेट ऑफ डिसीज होण्यापूर्वी, सिम्पटम दिसण्यापूर्वी हा ऑर्गॅनिझम लार्ज नंबर मध्ये मल्टिप्लाय झालेला असतो ब्लड मध्ये. ओके, सो दीज आर कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑर सिम्पटम्स इन द प्रायमरी स्टेज. These symptoms they last for approximately 3 to 6 weeks. 75% of patients who is suffering from primary stage, they get cured without any treatment within 3 to 6 weeks. So within 3 to 6 weeks without any treatment, these lesions or primary stage symptoms they get completely cured. Completely cured होता within the period of 3 to 6 weeks. And remaining patient they start developing secondary symptoms, means secondary stage symptoms. So primary stage symptoms, 75% patient they get spontaneously cured with or without treatment, but remaining patient they shows or they start developing the secondary stage symptoms. So this is the first stage known as primary stage. एक गोष्ट लक्षात ठेवायची, प्रायमरी स्टेज मध्ये characterized by development of chancres in the genital organs. Okay. Now secondary stage. After primary, secondary stage. Secondary stage symptoms. Secondary stage symptoms actually it starts developing after 3 to 8 weeks. It starts developing after 3 to 8 weeks of primary symptoms or primary stage symptoms. Primary stage symptoms after 3 to 8 weeks the secondary symptoms start developing. आणि हा जो पिरियड आहे म्हणजे प्रायमरी स्टेज सिम्पटम्स झाले त्याच्यानंतर 3 to 8 weeks नंतर सेकंडरी स्टेज सिम्पटम्स दिसायला लागतात. And this period of 3 to 8 weeks patient remains asymptomatic. The patient do not show any kind of symptom during the period of this 3 to 8 weeks. And then after 8 weeks it starts showing secondary stage symptoms. Okay, secondary stage symptoms are observed. Now what are secondary stage symptoms or characters? First, mucocutaneous eruptions. Mucocutaneous eruptions. Mucocutaneous, actually it is a combination of two words, mucus and skin, cutaneous. So what is mucocutaneous eruption? It is damage of mucous membrane and skin. What are characteristics or symptoms of secondary stage? That is damage of mucous membrane and skin. Cutaneous means skin. That is called mucocutaneous eruptions. Then it is also characterized by maculopapular lesions. Maculopapular lesions. Maculopapular lesions means these are red flat lesions. Reddish, completely flat, undulated nahi hai, hard nahi hai, soft astat hai. So maculopapular lesions are observed on the face, palm and trunk. So maculopapular lesions means reddish flat lesions are observed on the face as well as on the palm as well as on the trunk region of the body. मगाशी मी सांगितलं तसं की सिफिलिस हा टिपिकल एका कुठल्या ऑर्गनसाठी लिमिटेड नाही. आतापर्यंत आपण बघितलं की लंग मध्ये बघितलं, दॅट इज रिप्लेसमेंट फायब्रोसिस. Then we have studied lymph nodes are affected, blood vessels are affected. Now face, on the face, palm, lips, trunk region and genital organs are also affected. So maculopapular lesions. Then it shows condylomatous lesions. It shows condylomatous lesions, especially condylomatous lesions on the genital organs, including anal mucosa. Here condylomatous lesions are observed on the anal mucosa or other genital organs. What is condylomatous lesions means? Small bumps are observed. Small swelling is observed, or that is called bumps. Small bumps are observed on the genital organs, including anal mucosa. That is condylomatous lesions. Condylomatous lesions means small bumps or small swelling is observed onto the genital organs. Next character of other symptoms of secondary stage involves fever, malaise. Malaise means कणकण किंवा अस्वस्थता म्हणतो आपण. Malaise, and it is also characterized by lymphadenopathy. Lymphadenopathy means here the lymph nodes are affected. Lymphadenopathy. Lymph nodes are affected. So these are some characteristics. Mucocutaneous eruptions means break is observed in the mucous membrane as well as in the skin. Then maculopapular lesions, flat lesions are observed on the face, trunk and palm region, palm sole. Then condylomatous lesions are observed, small bumps are observed on the anal mucosa and other genital organs. And finally, there are some other common symptoms of secondary stage involves fever, malaise as well as lymphadenopathy. Lymphadenopathy means it affects or the lymph nodes are affected or other parts, other components of lymphatic system are affected. So these are some characteristics of secondary stage. Secondary stage, it is observed after primary stage. Only 25% people or patients from primary stage they shows secondary symptom. Then secondary symptom मध्ये सुद्धा patient maximum cure होतात spontaneously with or without treatment, but remaining 13 to 15% patient they shows next level symptoms, that is latent stage symptoms, or they shows tertiary stage symptoms. Remaining patient they get cured spontaneously with or without treatment, and 13 to 15% patient they shows latent stage symptoms, or they can also show tertiary symptoms. Okay, so this is an early stage symptom. Early stage is divided into primary stage and secondary stage. After early stage म्हणजे हे आधी येणारे symptoms आहेत. Next, that is late stage symptoms, and late stage symptoms are again divided into latent symptoms or a latent stage and tertiary stage. So now let's move to the latent stage. Latent stage. Latent stage, in this latent stage, the patient remains asymptomatic, dormant. Here, dormant patient is also, or dormant symptoms is also. Patient remains dormant. Dormant means no symptoms are observed. No symptoms. Latent stage is characterized by asymptomatic patient. इथं patient मध्ये symptom दिसत नाही. Primary stage completed. Secondary stage, from primary around 25% patient they enter secondary stage. From secondary stage 13 to 15% patient they shows latent stage symptoms, means they do not show any symptom. या स्टेज मध्ये कुठल्याही प्रकारचे symptom दाखवत नाही. They remains dormant, that means they remains asymptomatic. Dormant stage is nothing but it is an asymptomatic stage. In this stage, patient do not show symptom for an approximate period of 2 years, and benchmark is of 2 years. So this stage can last for 2 years, and in these 2 years, patient do not show any kind of symptom. It remains asymptomatic, dormant patient. Okay, that is an latent stage. Late stage because it takes time of approximately first 3 to 6 weeks of first stage, 3 to 8 weeks of second stage, and then it do not show any symptom for the period of 2 years. 2 वर्षापर्यंत कुठल्याही प्रकारचे symptom दाखवत नाही. याला म्हणायचं latent stage. And then patient from this latent stage they may enter the final stage of syphilis, and that is called as tertiary stage, which is a severe stage because multiple organs are affected in this stage. Tertiary stage is supposed to be the severe stage because multiple organs are affected in the tertiary stage. Okay, tertiary stage मध्ये symptoms can be observed anywhere in the body. Anywhere in the body, any body part is found to be affected in the tertiary stage. त्यामुळे कुठलाही typical organ किंवा typical body part affect होत नाही. Anywhere symptoms can be observed. And this tertiary stage, it is found to be developing after 10 years of primary stage, a decade after primary stage. Primary stage झाल्यानंतर जवळजवळ 10 वर्षांनी tertiary stage symptoms बघायला मिळतात. So tertiary stage symptoms are observed after 10 years, that is a decade of first stage. Now, what are different characteristics of tertiary stage syphilis? Tertiary stage syphilis characters काय काय त्याचे? First character of tertiary stage syphilis is it shows degenerative lesions. Degenerative means damaging lesions are observed. Degenerative lesions are observed. So here in this tertiary stage, degenerative lesions are observed. Damaging lesions are observed. Then here it is also characterized by some other granulomatous nodules, development of granulomatous nodules. Nodules in skin, mucous membrane. Small nodules are observed on the skin as well as on the mucous membrane, like maculopapules. Maculopapules, actually these are flat, but these are small nodules, elevated, slightly elevated nodules are observed on the skin, mucous membrane as well as on the bones. Then next characters, here in this case another type of lesion that is called gummatous, or which is also called as gamma. Gummatous or gamma, that is a type of lesion. Small soft lesions are observed. Gummatous means these are small soft lesions, and these small soft lesions are observed onto the liver, brain tissues as well as onto the heart. As I already mentioned की इथं सिम्पटम हे कुठेही बघायला मिळू शकतात, कोणत्याही बॉडी पार्ट मध्ये सिम्पटम्स बघायला मिळू शकतात इन द टर्शियरी स्टेज. Degenerative lesions are observed, means damaging necrotic lesions are observed. Then granulomatous, small granule filled elevated nodules, small elevated nodules are observed on the skin, mucous membrane as well as on the bones. Then gummatous or gamma, that is the small soft lesions are observed on the liver as well as on the brain tissues and on the heart. Next character of tertiary stage, here some cardiovascular म्हणजे related to heart, cardiovascular manifestations, problems. Some problems related to heart are observed, that is called cardiovascular manifestations. What are कुठल्या प्रकारचं हार्ट रिलेटेड abnormality बघायला मिळते. इथे manifestationचं meaning आहे problem or abnormality. Cardiovascular म्हणजे heart. So abnormality is related to heart. काय असतं तर इथं aortitis is observed. Aortitis means inflammation of aorta. Aorta is a part of respiratory system. So cardiovascular manifestations are observed in the aorta. Aorta that it is actually bronchi ends into the lungs, त्या ठिकाणी aorta असतो आणि ते aortaचा इन्फ्लेमेशन म्हणजे aortitis. So cardiovascular manifestation. Then some mental manifestations are also observed, means brain manifestation or neurological manifestations. Neurological manifestations. Neurological म्हणजे काय तर actually related to brain, nervous system. न्यूरोलॉजिकल मॅनिफेस्टेशन्स, कारण ब्रेन अफेक्ट होतो. आपण बघितलं की गमास डेव्हलप होतो कशामध्ये, ब्रेन टिश्यूमध्ये, आणि त्यामुळे ब्रेन फंक्शनिंग किंवा नर्वस सिस्टीम फंक्शनिंग सुद्धा अफेक्ट होतं. काय होतं बघा न्यूरोलॉजिकल मॅनिफेस्टेशन, ॲक्च्युली इट इज कॅरेक्टराइज्ड बाय ब्लाइंडनेस. इथं काय होतं नर्वस सिस्टीम अफेक्ट झाल्यामुळे ब्लाइंडनेस येतो. और मेंटल इनकॅपॅसिटेशन. मेंटल इनकॅपॅसिटेशन म्हणजे काय तर inability to think. The patient who is suffering cannot think of any other things. So manifestation of neurology or nervous system involves blindness and mental incapacitation. Mental incapacitation. So these are characteristics of nervous system manifestation. Okay, it is also characterized by next character of tertiary stage, sixth character. There is and development of Tabes dorsalis. Tabes dorsalis. Tabes dorsalis, it is and slow degeneration. Degeneration means decaying, damage. It is and slow degeneration of nerves and nerve cells, or slow degeneration of nerves. Brain पर्यंत जे the nerves which carry sensation carry करणारे जे nerves आहेत, those nerves undergoes degeneration, damage. Especially sense कशाचा? The sense of balance, sense of touch. हे जे सेन्स कॅरी करण्याचे नर्व्स आहेत, टच किंवा बॅलन्सचा किंवा जजमेंट जे असतं, जजमेंट कॅरी करणारे, जजमेंटचा सेन्स कॅरी करणारे जे नर्व्स आहेत, दोज नर्व्स आर डॅमेज्ड अँड दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज टेप्स डॉर्सालिस. सो व्हॉट इज टेप्स डॉर्सालिस? इट इज अ स्लो डिजनरेशन ऑफ नर्व्स. इट इज स्लो डिजनरेशन ऑफ नर्व्स दॅट कॅरी सेन्स. सेन्सरी नर्व्ह जे आहेत, त्या सेन्सरी नर्व्स डॅमेज होतात, त्यांचं डिजनरेशन होतं, decaying होतं. And these nerves are responsible for carrying sense of touch, sense of judgment, sense of position. हे सेन्स कॅरी करण्याचे नर्व्स आहेत, ते अफेक्ट होतात आणि त्यामुळे आपल्याला काही इथं ॲबनॉर्मॅलिटीज बघायला मिळतात. सो दीज आर सम कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ टर्शियरी स्टेज. So this is tertiary stage syphilis. So we have studied early stage. Early stage involves primary stage and secondary stage. Primary stage is characterized by chancres. Secondary stage is characterized by multiple, like secondary stage involves development of lesions, necrotic lesions. Secondary stage also involves development of especially patient for the first 3 to 8 weeks it remains asymptomatic, but they start development maculopapular lesions, mucocutaneous eruptions are observed. Then latent phase. Late phase मध्ये दोन असं पुन्हा latent means patient remains asymptomatic for approximately 2 years, and then after 10 years of primary stage we can observe patient may enter the tertiary stage, and tertiary stage are characterized by these characters. So these are some clinical symptoms of a disease called as syphilis. Syphilis is not restricted to any single body part. It can affect multiple body part, organs as well as systems. ओके, सो आपण पहिला टाइप बघितला, दॅट इज वेनरल, acquired venereal syphilis. वी आर स्टडीइंग टाइप्स मध्ये दोन टाइप्स आहेत, पहिला acquired आणि दुसरा congenital. acquired चे दोन टाइप्स आहेत, acquired venereal आणि acquired non venereal. आता आपण जो बघितला तो कुठला आहे? acquired venereal. नाउ द सेकंड टाइप, acquired non venereal syphilis. Acquired non-venereal syphilis. Non-venereal syphilis. आता non-venereal syphilis कसा ट्रान्समिट होतो? सिम्पटम्स मोर और लेस तेच असतात, बट ओव्हरऑल acquired non-venereal syphilis कशा पद्धतीने ट्रान्समिट होतो किंवा कशा पद्धतीने हा acquired केला जाऊ शकतो? How this non-venereal, non-sexually transmitted syphilis can be acquired? First, it can be acquired in doctors and nurses. In doctors and nurses through prolonged contact with the syphilis patient. ज्या पेशंटला सिफिलिस झालेला आहे, अशा पेशंटच्या prolonged contact मध्ये आल्यामुळे काय होतं? Symptoms of syphilis can be observed in the doctors and nurses. Especially symptoms are observed on the fingers. So how exactly non-venereal syphilis is acquired? It is acquired in the hospital workers involving or including doctors and nurses. Especially this syphilis is observed on the fingers of the doctors and nurses. Second way of non-venereal transmission is through blood transfusion. Suppose a person who is suffering from syphilis donates a blood to a healthy person, then that may carry syphilis, that is Treponema pallidum. आणि ब्लड ट्रान्सफ्युजन मधून सुद्धा काही प्रमाणात सिफिलिस ट्रान्समिट होऊ शकतो. दॅट इज अ सेकंड वे ऑफ acquired non-venereal syphilis. इन जेव्हा ब्लड मधून सिफिलिस ट्रान्सफर होतो किंवा ब्लड मधून जेव्हा ट्रिकोनेमा पॅलिडम ट्रान्समिट होतो तेव्हा प्रायमरी चॅनकस दिसत नाहीत, डायरेक्ट सेकंडरी स्टेज सिम्पटम दिसायला लागतो. प्रायमरी चॅनकस आर नॉट ऑब्झर्व. Whenever syphilis is transmitted through blood, that time primary chancres are not observed. Directly, second stage symptoms are observed when the syphilis is transmitted through the blood. Okay, so this is an acquired non-venereal syphilis. Acquired, but not through sexual contact. Acquired कसा केला जातो? In the doctors and nurses through the contact with the patient or through the blood transfusion. So this is the second type of acquired. Now the second type of syphilis, that is congenital syphilis. Last type, congenital syphilis. Congenital syphilis. Now congenital syphilis means syphilis that is transmitted from mother to fetus during pregnancy. मदर कडून जे fetus मध्ये syphilis transmit होतो, that is called as congenital syphilis. So congenital syphilis, it is a vertical transmission of syphilis. Vertical म्हणजे from mother to fetus or offspring. आता इथं काय होतं? Actually it is a chronic syphilis. Chronic आहे आणि याच्यामध्ये एक तर त्या फिटसमध्ये ॲबनॉर्मॅलिटी बघायला मिळू शकतात किंवा फिटस बर्थ झाला आणि तो जो बेबी आहे चाइल्ड फेजमध्ये जेव्हा असतो तेव्हा त्याच्यामध्ये काही सिम्पटम्स बघायला मिळतात. सो हिअर सिम्पटम्स आर ऑब्झर्वड आयदर इन द फिटस, जेव्हा तो फिटस फॉर्ममध्ये एम्ब्रियोनिक फॉर्ममध्ये तेव्हा तिथे काही सिम्पटम्स बघायला मिळू शकतात किंवा बर्थ झाल्यानंतर 2 वर्ष, पहिले 2 वर्ष काही सिम्पटम बघायला मिळतात किंवा 2 वर्षानंतर काही सिम्पटम्स बघायला मिळतात. जर प्रेग्नन्सी दरम्यान ड्यूरिंग प्रेग्नन्सी इफ सिफिलिस ऑकर्स इन द मदर, that time it may lead to miscarriage. If syphilis occurs during pregnancy, it may lead to miscarriage, or it may also lead to premature delivery. आणि त्यामुळे त्या जे बेबी असेल त्या बेबीमध्ये काही कॉम्प्लिकेशन्स बघायला मिळतात. कॉम्प्लिकेशन्स पहिल्या 2 वर्षामध्ये किंवा 2 वर्षानंतर सुद्धा बघायला मिळतात. So based upon the time of symptoms, again congenital syphilis is divided into 2 types. मी आधी सांगितलं की इथं जर प्रेग्नन्सी दरम्यान सिफिलिस झाला that may lead to miscarriage or it may lead to premature delivery. Premature delivery झाली तर जे बेबी फॉर्म होणार आहे त्या बेबीमध्ये काही सिम्पटम्स दिसायला लागतात सिफिलिसचे आणि ते सिव्हिअर सिम्पटम असतात. मग ते सिम्पटम्स पहिल्या 2 वर्षामध्ये दिसणार आहेत की 2 वर्षानंतर दिसणार आहेत. यानुसार देयर आर 2 टाइप्स as early infection and second late infection. Early infection and late infection. So here the congenital syphilis is again divided into 2 types, early infection and late infection. Early infection, it occurs within first 2 years of birth. Within 2 years of birth. And late infection occurs after 2 years of birth. 2 years of birth. So, early infection involves the symptoms or syphilis of symptoms of syphilis within first 2 years of birth, and late infection involves symptoms, that is symptoms develops after 2 years of birth. Okay, now what are the characteristics of early infection? Early infection is characterized by rhinitis. Early infection is characterized by rhinitis. Rhinitis म्हणजे काय? It is an inflammation of inner layer of nose. Inflammation of inner layer of nose. Inner layer of nose. So first and the most important character of early infection is rhinitis. Rhinitis means it is an inflammation of inner layer of nose. Then some other maculopapular means flat red colored lesions. Maculopapular lesions are also observed. In early infection, first rhinitis can be observed, second maculopapular lesions can also be observed into the 2 years child. Now the characteristics of late infection. Characteristics of late infection. In late infection, it shows some severe characteristics because now baby is grown. After 2 years of birth, these symptoms are going to be observed. Infection हे during birth झालेला किंवा during pregnancy झालेला असतं. Now symptoms are acquired after 2 years of birth. Now what are the characteristics of symptoms of late infection? These involves first saddle nose. Saddle nose. Saddle nose means there is poor growth of the bone of nose. Means here there is collapse of nose bone. जे nose bone असतं ते bone proper develop होत नाही, completely collapse होतं. That is called as saddle nose. So what is saddle nose? Saddle nose is nothing but the collapse of bony part. Collapse of bony part of nose. Nose का जो bony part असतो तो collapse होतो. That is called as saddle nose. Saddle nose is collapse of bony part of nose. Then second characteristic here observed is swollen knees. Swollen knees. Swollen knees are observed. Then notched teeth are observed. Teeth ला notch develop होतो. म्हणजे कसे? तर suppose this is a teeth. असे काही नॉच डेव्हलप व्हायला लागतात टीथ्स मध्ये. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज नॉच टीथ. नेक्स्ट कॅरेक्टर ऑफ लेट इन्फेक्शन इज डिफनेस. डिफनेस. Approximately 75% of children deafness is observed. जर लेट इन्फेक्शन असेल, लेट सिफिलिस इन्फेक्शन असेल आणि तो कोंजेनाटल मदरकडून आला असेल तर अशा 75% चिल्ड्रन मध्ये डिफनेस ऑब्झर्व होतो. What is deafness? Deafness means loss of hearing capacity. Here hearing capacity is lost. So deafness is observed in some of the children. So these are characteristics of late infection. One more character, that is keratitis is also observed. Keratitis. Keratitis means it is inflammation of cornea, eye cornea. So it is an inflammation of cornea. So late infection is characterized by saddle nose, means there is a loss of collapse of the bony part of nose. Then swollen knees, knees are found to be swollen with pains. Then notched teeth, teeth becomes notched like canines. Then deafness means loss of hearing ability is observed in approximately 75% of children suffering from congenital syphilis. And also keratitis. Keratitis means cornea, inflammation of eye cornea. So these are some characteristics of syphilis. So this is all about the syphilis and its types with symptoms. So we have studied in detail the types of syphilis with all of its symptoms. Now how transmission, final point, transmission. Transmission कसा होतो? We have already discussed. Transmission occurs through the actually multiple ways are there. First, sexual contact. Okay. Then transmission occurs in the doctors and nurses through prolonged contact with the patient. पेशंटच्या कंटिन्यूअस कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये असेल तर असे डॉक्टर्स आणि हॉस्पिटलचे वर्कर्स आहेत त्यांच्यामध्ये बघायला मिळतो. सो prolonged contact with the patient, sexual contact, and third, blood transfusion. These are some modes of transmission. modes of transmission of syphilis. So this is all about the types of syphilis. In the next lecture, we will be discussing the laboratory diagnosis of syphilis. I hope की तुम्हाला सगळा पाठ समजला असेल. If any doubts, you can ask me anytime. Okay? Thank you.